Hey everybody, it's me again. And we had a question on Cars and Coffee about using chromoly for suspension pieces. And I said I never use chromoly, I only use DOM. And there's some really good reasons. And Art Butler is with me here, and he has a good background with working with chromoly on chassis and suspensions. And he's going to refresh me on why I don't use chromoly on my suspension parts. So Art, why don't you give us a little bit of your background and how you've come to know so much about chromoly?
Well, I started life out with a father that had a welding shop and an uncle that had a tool and die shop. And I went on through the tool and die, went to college, ended up teaching in a community college in manufacturing processes, and got really deep into metallurgy. And that helped me when I started building chassis. Of course, my dad built chassis because weld shops back then were the guys that every race driver looked for. And by working with different materials and stuff, I was looking for the perfect chassis material. I was and worked up through top alcohol dragster, and always wondered why nobody ever painted their frames until I got there. And we had a chromoly frame, and due to the flex in the car, every time it flexed, it work hardens the metal, and it can develop a crack from anywhere. You can't tell it until it's there, and if you're painted, you can't see it at all. And anytime metal flexes, like a 4140, it starts to work harden. That's the basis of the metal. It's made to work harden. And in a solid, non-moving part of the car, chromoly works fantastic. But in suspension pieces, if you don't have that flex in there, you got to have a certain amount of flex. Otherwise, you ever see the suspension snap off on the high dollar big racers? They're using chromoly, and the flex has created a crack and it'll break.
Oh, there. Now you know why I only use DOM in all my suspension pieces. DOM means drawn over mandrel, as opposed to the electric weld, which you see a little seam down it. DOM is pretty clean stuff, and I've never had any issues with DOM. And I'm sure, Art, you've never had any issues with DOM either.
No, in fact, I built my son's car out of a DOM, and he loves it.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Good information from a real expert on metallurgy and building race cars, and pretty much underscores why I just will not use chromoly for my suspension pieces. I only use DOM. It's the only way to go. So, Art, I really want to thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience with us, and I'm sure it's going to be good information for all of our people out there in Cars and Coffee.